Here we go.
Yes, sir. The boys are back in town.
Rap Sports News.
RSN
RSN
Podcast.
Podcast.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What
It's
up?
getting weird out here, man.
Yeah, yes. We had too much going on this week, boy.
Oh, yeah, it was nonstop, man. Let's get straight into this.
Let's
Starting
do
with the Hip Hop Awards. Yeah. So, Lotto and Kodak went at it this week.
it.
So, Lotto, she won the award for best song of the year for Big Energy over Super Gremlin, and Kodak had this to say. He said, "The woman empowerment ish is cool. Don't take none from nobody, but you still got to work for it. Don't just simply give it to somebody because they a woman. If that's the case, you should have gave it to the song of the year to Glorilla, not that hating ass mutt."
Whew. I mean, there's a lot of levels to this. One, he's accusing her of giving it to her because she's a woman. Two, I mean, it's like, where do we start? All right, first part is, I don't know. I can't say for sure that I agree that they gave it to her because she's a woman. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But two, I like Super Gremlin over Lotto's song.
Yeah, the hood did.
You
The
know.
hood did. The clubs did.
Um.
See, there's the thing about it though. Lotto actually did get more streams than that song,
Oh, okay.
especially once Mariah jumped on. It was out of here.
You think it's because of the numbers? Then it could be because of the numbers.
I think whoever voted on it, they probably liked that song more. Because you know how at like the Grammys and stuff,
Yeah.
how they gave like Macklemore album of the year over Kendrick.
Yeah.
The people who voted for it, they don't know, they don't understand. They just know that Macklemore looks like them.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. That's a good point. That's a really good point. Now the fact, but okay. So let's hit on. He said if you had to give it to somebody, you should have. I rather basically he said I rather lost to Glorilla. What do you think about that?
For the FNF record, I mean it was cool. That's not really my favorite from her. I actually like Tomorrow more.
I like Tomorrow more too. I like Tomorrow more. So I think she got a lot of buzz around her right now. I want to say hype buzz, whatever you want to say around her. And maybe he just because of the hype she got around her, he liked her more or whatnot, and that's why he said it. But I think clearly Lotto should have definitely won it over her.
Oh, so you don't know the backstory. I think they had that thing back when Lotto dropped her album where she said like somebody kind of pressed her about hooking up for a verse, and it all kind of pointed to Kodak.
Okay.
So he kind of like got into it with her back and forth about that. I think like people assumed it was him, but she didn't like. I don't think she cleared it up. I think she just let it go.
So basically, you're saying he's a little salty.
Yeah, you can tell he don't like it. Well, obviously he don't like it. He called her Frappuccino, and he called her a mutt, which is super derogatory.
Yeah, and that was the other thing I was gonna say too. Once you call somebody a mutt, now you can't really come back from that.
Right. Yeah, but so I thought I like Super Gremlin more also, but I do agree that Lotto had the bigger record overall.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. I mean, I feel like hey, look, man, just gotta take it to the chin on the next one.
All right. Just keep it moving, Kodak. You got it.
Is there?
But I will say this though, before we move on, Lotto so far to me has had the best female rap album this year.
Okay. I gotta listen to her album. I haven't listened to her album, like all the songs and all that. But I feel like she's been around for a good minute, man.
Yeah.
She's been around for a good minute since the rap game, right? Even before that.
That was like 2012.
Yeah, she's been around for a hot second, so she knows she doing.
All right. So, Joe Budden wilding out this week, man. What's going on with Joe? Joe. Come on, Joe.
Some stuff you can't say, man. Some stuff you just can't just come out, just be open about.
Right. So Joe got in some hot water this week because while he was online on his podcast, he said that basically when he was hooking up with some chick, he pretended to go to the gas station and get protection. Then he came back to the house or the room or whatever, pretended to put it on, and then proceeded to stealth the girl or lady.
That's messed up on some of the.
Like, it's like you went through all this deception and stuff, right?
That's the reverse trap.
And then you got online and told everybody about it like it was normal.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard of many stories about it going the other way too. That's the first time I ever heard it from like a guy, a guy doing that. But I've heard many stories in the past of women like saving the protection and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So
trying to have that baby.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Unless that must have been Tahiri.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I wonder if it was Tahiri.
I'm thinking.
But she didn't come out and say nothing, so.
Yeah.
And I don't think he was that dusty around that time.
Dang, Joe. Yeah, you gotta. I bet you're gonna be real selective on the stories you tell now.
Yeah. What if it was Sin? Sin Santino.
That's believable. Then I'll be like, all right, you gotta get Joe a pass.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy though. Joe, don't say stuff like that on stream.
Nah.
Protect all women.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so my favorite artists had quite a week this week, man. Kanye West and Candace Owens wearing White Lives Matter shirt.
Yeah, it caused a lot of attention, media attention, man. It's interesting, right? Because I'll let you get into it and then I'll comment.
Right, so this week, I'm trying to see real quick. This week, they were online. They got into some hot water because they were at a fashion award show and basically stole all the attention by wearing White Lives Matter shirts on their backs. And pretty much a lot of people had things to say about it. Diddy came out and said he didn't support that. I think the Breakfast Club said that Kanye's looking for attention. Most Def, Yasin Bey flipped the words on it and put White Lives Matter. So a lot of people had things to say about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think from the interview I saw when he was talking about it, he mentioned that what his father said. He was like, basically he was stating the obvious. I thought that was pretty interesting. Because it's like, when I see that, right, it's like, my perspective on it is like, yeah, he's stating the obvious. Like clearly, like, that's how people feel. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I didn't take it like he was being offensive. I didn't take it like, how dare he say that? Because I feel like if I were to take it like, I can't believe Kanye said White Lives Matter, then I feel like, wouldn't that make me like a racist in a way? Not racist, but you know what I'm saying? Like, because then it's like, I'm against it in a way. You get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, oh, I value everybody. I value all race, all color, all that. We all one people, right? So when I see White Lives Matter, that doesn't bother me at all. Black Lives Matter, that doesn't bother me at all. I could say Mexican Lives Matter. I could say Puerto Rican Lives Matter. I feel like everybody, we all people.
My thoughts on it, man. I love white people. I grew up saying, if it ain't white, it ain't right.
You stupid.
Nah, but all right, for real, let's be for real. Yeah, I agree with you. I didn't really take it offensively. When it comes to Kanye, you remember when you were in high school and there was like maybe that one kid in the group and he was kind of like awkward and he did weird stuff. Mm-hmm. But like after you were around him for a while, when he did that little weird stuff, you didn't even notice it no more.
Yeah.
That's what it's like. I've been watching Kanye since like 2002, I think. 2002, 2003. So like 20 years later, I'm like, bro, he's been doing this the whole time.
Yeah. Facts. Big facts. He's being himself.
Right.
And I feel like I just don't like how it's like sometimes you ever see people get in an argument, right? And it's like one type of person who has, like you said, a different opinion. This not the not the norm, not something that everybody normally would say or go with or whatever, or a belief. And then everybody automatically be like, oh, that's the crazy kid over there. Don't go near him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's the like you said, he's labeled as the crazy kid in school or the one that's isolated because his views are different, and it's really, like if you listen to him, like in between, you gotta be a good listener. You got like in between, not you, but you know what I'm saying, like in between what he's saying, you gotta hear the gems, you gotta hear the nuggets. You got like in any conversation, I could say something and listen. You gotta listen for the nuggets in there. Not can't have selective listening. Is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah, no selective hearing. Which kind of reminds me, right? He did an interview with Tucker Carlson this week, and there was one thing that he said that stood out to me that I really liked, and I also agree with, and that was that he said when it comes to like fake people, they make everybody feel good, and then he said when it comes to real people, they make everybody uncomfortable at first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I totally agree with that.
Absolutely.
Like, it's really hard for me to like be fake with people or like be super indirect. It's just easier for me to be direct and say what it is.
Yeah.
Rather than like biting my tongue and trying to like dance around the truth.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, I feel like people respect you more for that too. They might not, like you said, might not like it at first. When you look back at it, if you tell me I got toothpaste on my face, I'd rather you tell me I got toothpaste on my face instead of like try to beat around the bush about it later, and you know what I'm saying, and I'm walking in front of all these people when they see me with toothpaste on my face. Now I'm looking crazy, and I'm in the back of my mind, I'm like, dang, like you didn't even tell me I had toothpaste on my face.
Right. It's wild, right?
Yep.
Anything else to add to Kanye's conversation?
I feel like he had a lot of really good points, man. Like I said, the thing with Kanye is I think he uses a lot of analogies and examples to get to his point. So like sometimes he gets straight to the point and say directly like white lives matter, right? But when he was like on that interview you just referenced with Tucker, he went into explaining it, he gave like all these analogies and background and this and that until he got to the point of why he did it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he told the conversation about him and his father and how his father influenced him and this and that and when he wrote it to his dad, what his dad said, and all these things that he went all the way around it, and then he was just like, that's how I expressed myself. That's how I felt in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then everybody's mad at me because I said something that, like my father says, it's the obvious. It's like, it's almost like he said, you could say something as simple as, my car needs gas. Right? You could say, my car needs gas. Now, it's, okay, like, are you, he's begging for money. He's this, he's that. He's like, no, I didn't say, I'm asking you for the gas money. I just said my car need gas. I could be on the way to go, you know what I'm saying, putting gas in my car right now.
Or be like, all cars need gas.
Right. So it's like, I don't know. He said he said such a basic statement that unless you really feel some kind of way against it, like, you know what I'm saying, against white people or black people or this or that, then why should it matter? The same way as when some white people got mad about Black Lives Matter shirts or whatever, like, well, do you think they don't? You know what I'm saying? So, to me, I didn't. I think Kanye did. I like how he shook the social media up this week. I like how he did that.
It's crazy how the left and the right kind of starting to think so differently. Like, it's starting to become that big division between the two right now.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And it's always been that way, but like it seems now more than ever there's a bigger divide.
Oh yeah, big time. The Diddy part, right? We was talking about that. So,
Yeah.
Diddy, I think he had some comments that he felt like Kanye shouldn't have used that phrase because it was meant for the black community or whatnot, and they started it and this and that. But I think the real beef is because not beef, but back and forth because he was launching a shirt that said Kanye or nothing. I think it was supposed to drop on the exact same day that he did the White Lives Matter shirt,
Right.
and so that's what I feel like honestly. I think that's the real reason why he feel kind of way right now.
Oh man, Diddy and Kanye going at each other. Kanye got more money, don't he?
I don't know. But Diddy's getting back into fashion.
Oh yeah.
So
they really are trying to go at it right now.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's getting
because he did say he's relaunching Sean John.
Yeah.
I like Sean John. I would wear Sean John again.
Yeah, Sean John was nice. Sean John was nice, man. And fun fact, if you didn't know,
did he send us some Sean John?
Yeah, man, send us some Sean John. We rock it. He said that he was the first black man to win. I forget the award, but it's like the highest award you can win in fashion. And he won that over his brand. Sean John won that over Michael Kors and everybody else. And it took him 4 years, but he won it. He said, and I didn't know that. I don't know too much about the fashion awards and stuff like that. But the highest honor you can get in the fashion award, he won. So shout out to you, Diddy.
Yeah, I miss when all the rappers had clothes. I miss Rockefeller.
Yeah, Rockefeller.
I miss Sean John.
Yeah.
I miss Jabos.
Yeah, he had a lot of things out there. I saw in the Joyner Lucas video he was wearing FUBU.
Was he?
Yeah, recently he was wearing FUBU.
Where you at with the new FUBU Platinum, Damon?
Hey, I had all the FUBU boots. I had the tan, the red, the gray, the blue. I had all them joints.
I had all the Fat Albert shirts.
I forgot about Fat Albert. Dang. I forgot about
bringing it back, right?
Yeah. Hey,
all right.
If you do fashion, hit us up. Sponsor the next video.
Oh yeah, and Diddy commented on Candace Owens wearing it too. He called her Karen Owens. See, my thing is with Candace, I don't know where she came from. She she reminds me of like one of those women who grew up around like a suburban community.
Mm-hmm.
But like she liked it when people would say, "Oh, you're so well spoken." Like she liked that compliment.
Yeah, she does come off like that.
Right?
She does come off.
But this is the thing, like I understand like when we have like black people in the community that are a little different, it's important to still like protect them and hold them close and show them that they're still family. So I do agree with like 50% of the things she says, and some of it is smart. And she be pointing out some things that are like really important. Like this next video we're about to talk to, she's the one that pointed this out. So Saucy Santana and Trina dropped the promo for voting this week called No, but let me enunciate this correctly so we don't get canceled or banned or demonetized. It's called No Voting, No Fucking with a V.
All right. Yeah. What's your first thoughts when you saw that?
I'm offended. That's what I thought. I was like, this is extremely offensive.
Yeah.
I don't want my kids seeing this crap.
Yeah.
You know what? It made me feel it made me understand my parents so much better when I saw this video.
That's bad. Yeah, you say that made
like
me understand.
The way they felt about me like watching songs like Minutemen and stuff like that back in the day.
Yeah.
Like I understand now. Okay, this is what you were talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. It's I need a soundbite from God did. It breaks my heart. I need the Jay-Z soundbite right now. It
was mainly because Trina was on it.
Yeah.
I
wouldn't care.
Whatever.
Yeah, I wouldn't care if it was just him. Like I wouldn't matter at all. But Trina, come on.
We probably wouldn't be talking about it right now.
Nah. and you just won the award and all this. I don't know. I feel like it wasn't a good look. I'm sure there was a monetary influence behind it. And then, which makes it even worse because now it's like you sold out, kind of. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So
that's what it looks like from the outside looking in. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, it's not a good look, Trina. Not a good look. Not gonna throw you away, but highly. When your parents say this to you, highly disappointed in you. Oh man.
Yes, I really was disappointed.
Yeah, that was not a good look at all. I wonder if I haven't seen. She might have did it already. I'm sure she gotta have an interview. Somebody gotta ask her. Like what made you do this, Trina? If you see this, let's sit down and have an
interview. Yeah, Trina, you're welcome here. Not you, Saucy Santana, but Trina, you're welcome, and we'll talk to you. Cause we got some questions about that video.
For real, we gotta clear this up.
And you said gerrymander this. All right, yeah. So we just want to talk to you. Another thing going on. So this is rumored in Hollywood how some people are losing weight so fast. Something called an Ozempic shot, and what it does basically, I guess they give you the shot, and it makes you not feel like eating, so you don't get hungry, you don't eat.
Oh, wow. That's scary.
Right?
That's scary. So I'm wondering how long it's going to take till we see like the side effects of this. Because I'm sure...
it'll be like 10 years. They said they actually did experiments on, rats, of course. And they said they were getting like thyroid cancer and stuff.
Oh. Okay, so now it's like it makes you gonna go down the line of the what's the price of fame, like you famous, you gotta keep up this image, you gotta keep doing all these things that you have to do. It's not that you're doing it by choice. And now you're taking these shots, and it's like, but 10 years from now you might not be here, or you might be on your way out,
or you might get a really rare cancer. Because we don't see that a lot.
Yeah, that's scary, man. I hope everybody who's doing it is safe and doing it with caution. But I mean, I can't even say that. That'd be really counterproductive. Like, just don't do it. It's just work out. You know what I'm saying? Just work out like everybody else got to do. Like, figure out something else, natural remedies. But injecting stuff in our bodies, not knowing what it is, and unnatural things, it's going to have an effect.
Right. So, like, just going off, do you think this might be conspiracy from Big Pharma to, like, kind of, have the Hollywood stars use this and then show them, look, guys, look, I lost 30 pounds in, like, 3 weeks.
Well, if it's in Hollywood, they're going to influence it, right? But by the time it gets to the gym pop, everybody else, it's going to be the watered down version. You see what I'm saying? It's not gonna be the same thing that they're getting. You get what I'm saying? It's like it's like back in the day, when the drug era was crazy, and they get it pure and chop it down. You know what I'm saying? Like what they show in the movies, Narcos and all that kind of stuff. It's like the elite, the people, A-list celebrities, B-list celebrities, whatever. They're gonna have access to whatever is the purest form of what they're taking, but when it trickles down, everybody else don't know what you're getting.
Well, we'll know if we see people out here walking around looking like Skeletor.
Hey, this might turn
into
zombies.
But I have been seeing like certain stars drop a lot of weight really fast, and it was kind of weird. I was wondering how that happened. I'm not gonna say no names on here.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking of like 3 specific women that lost a lot of weight really quick.
Yeah, the trend is changing, man. It was like, everybody wanted to have the BBL curvy trend and this and that, and now they just kind of want to be super skinny now.
All right, I guess that's the cycle. But yeah, guys, be safe. Just go to the gym, get a workout regimen. Guys, like 20 minutes a day working out can help you out a lot. It actually goes a long way over time.
Right.
But yeah, so we had some news. I think this is out of Statesboro, Georgia. So there was a man, Mark Wilson, and the judges sentencing him to 10 years for involuntary manslaughter. So here's what happened. Mark Wilson and his girlfriend were on their way to a Taco Bell. I don't know if they were going in or coming out, but there was, I think, like 3 guys out there started harassing him and calling his girlfriend an N-word lover.
Oh.
And when they went into their car to try to get away from them, these guys followed them. Mark shot a warning shot at them first, and then they kept trying to run him down. He shot again, and he killed a 17-year-old woman that was in their car. So now the judge is saying, well, you didn't need to fire at them, and that's not under stand your ground law, basically.
That's cool.
And the lawyers with Mark are saying, all right, y'all are showing like double standards for stand your ground. And that's what they're going through right now.
It's sad all the way around. I honestly, it's like this. And I'm trying to be like as sensitive as possible because someone did die, right? But I feel like the person harassing and attacking the young man and his girlfriend, if you keep coming after them, you're putting yourself in that situation. And I feel like whatever happens to you is on you at that point, because it started off as a hate crime. If you think about it, starts off as a hate crime. It starts off as harassment. You know what I'm saying? And then they were pursued, and then their life was put in danger from what the thing I saw where they were like swerving in the lanes and this and that. So it's like, you know, their lives are in danger all throughout the entire process, and the young lady was a part of that. At any point, you know, as far as I know, she could have walked away. She could have not been there. She could have said, you know what, I'm not getting in this car if y'all going to chase me. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So, like I said, yeah.
Overall, it was unnecessary and didn't need to happen. From the get-go, the root problem, yeah, it is sad that she lost her life, but if you guys would have just left them alone, not said nothing, she would still be alive today, more than likely. She probably would have been alive for the next 63 years.
Yeah, facts. I mean, and like I said, it's always this double standard thing that drives me nuts, man. I really feel like because it was a interracial couple, and the people pursuing them were not, you know, I feel like it was the other way around. A group of Mexican or black or anybody of color would have did that to, you know, a white man and a black woman, and the white guy did what the black guy did, we wouldn't be talking about this. It would have been thrown out. It would have been accepted. The judge would have been like, oh no, they had to, you know, they were being pursued and they were trying to, you know, save their life. It was an accident. It would, you know, it would have been a completely different story.
All right. Remember, you gotta say it the right way, man. You guys call us POCs.
POCs. I'm sorry, people of color.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
If it was the other way around, I agree with you. I think they would have understood it completely. Like, hey, you guys kind of did chase this dude down and and they had to get away from you, basically, and protect their life.
Yeah, absolutely. I really hope it works
out. I just hope his legal team works it out for him, because he doesn't belong in jail, in my opinion.
No, not at all. Not at all. I mean, and it's sad is because it could happen to any of us, right? So it's like, you know, it's terrible.
All right. So, another story out of Atlanta. So a man meets a woman off of some dating app, Tinder, Hinge, Bumble. I'm gonna guess it's one of the more escorty ones, but they didn't say that. But he meets with her and she demands money from him. He says no, and she stabs him.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, I feel like everybody's out here hungry right now. They hustling one way or another. And now, guys, you know, before we were saying women out here, be careful. Be be careful, be careful. Now we definitely gotta say, guys, be careful because, just because she cute don't mean she ain't dangerous.
Oh yeah, I definitely agree. But I think it's sad that it happened, of course. And he's okay. He didn't die. I think he went to the hospital, got stitched up, and he's just healing up. I think she got, what's it called? The assaulted charge. I forgot the name of the charge, but she caught some assault charge, aggravated assault, that one. So that actually carries like a 20-year sentence if you're convicted of it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, be careful, guys. I guess not only the ladies got to carry the pepper spray, but the guys do. Yeah.
Protect yourself, man. Protect yourself.
Don't use your gun. You can't use your gun because it's a female, so you got pepper spray.
Right. They'll probably get aggravated assault for that too.
True.
We lost some pretty iconic places this week in Atlanta. So Buckhead Saloon burned down this week, which was a popular bar.
Man.
And Oasis closed down. They finally lost against the city of Dorville.
Crazy. Been to both of those places many a times. Let me rephrase that in spirit. Yeah.
Don't worry, I was there in person. I had enough fun for the both of us.
Those are staples, and it's very sad to see. The same week, that's terrible. So we lost Follies, we lost Oasis, lost Buckhead Saloon. They all were great places to have a good time. Saturday night, Friday night, whenever. And I feel like they're gonna be missed. And so now we need some new places to step it up.
Right. It's they shut down a lot of the strip clubs out here in Atlanta. Dorville said they just don't want that over there no more. I guess they want to turn them all into Taco Max or something.
You know why? I think because I think that's not too far from the new movie studio that's opening up. There's a new movie studio. It's not super close, but it's not super far. It's in Dorville. It's gonna be the biggest movie studio, I think, in the United States.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's a super huge one coming. Forget the name of it, but I was learning a lot about it actually. And
is it Tyler Perry's new studio?
No, this is a big network actually put billions of dollars into it. And
oh wow.
Yeah, it's gonna be they mentioned that they were like, this is gonna be way bigger than Tyler Perry. I was like, oh man. It was like they just kinda dismissed him. Like it's gonna have a full restaurants and all that on a campus. It's gonna be a full campus. And you can live there. They're gonna be townhouses so when the actors come in, so they ain't gotta go nowhere else. It's gonna be a whole little city that they're building as a studio.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, in Dorville.
So they really trying to separate the rich and the poor. They're already doing. They building a wall.
Pretty much.
They building a wall right here.
Pretty much. It's gonna.
I'm getting into that studio city.
Listen, y'all need to look into it ASAP. Cause it's coming. I'm telling you, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. That's pretty cool though. But yeah, those places will be missed. I miss Follies too, man. But yeah, Atlanta's definitely changing. It looks very different in the 2020s from what it did in the 2010s.
Yeah, for sure. What they call it, New Atlanta, huh?
Yep. Welcome to New Atlanta, guys. All right. So we had a alien invasion this week, also, man. Some aliens attacked the New York subway station.
Just when you think you saw it all. My God.
Right? So it seems that there were some people dressed up as aliens. They were sitting on the subway. They ended up attacking two teen girls. I think they were all girls, but the aliens attacked two teen girls on the subway. And then, I don't know, they got off and got in their UFOs and flew off. But ultimately, man, I'm thinking bro, that's what they're up there doing now. Criminals got bored.
Yeah, they trying to do some creative crimes now, so they getting dressed up and new costumes. I think it's Halloween coming up, man. It's not gonna make it no better because now people are gonna get beat up in screen masks and all kind of stuff and all kind of different outfits. It's ridiculous. Come on, guys. We gotta get it together now. We can't just going around just doing anything. I feel like that's what's happening. It's the wild. We are in the wild west. We are living in the wild west everywhere.
All right. Whole U.S. is like just on the decline right now.
Sure.
But yeah, New York's definitely in a vacation spot right now.
New York.
If you go out there, I mean, protect yourself. Protect your neck.
Protect your neck. You gotta protect your neck in New York.
Wu-Tang told you, protect your neck.
For sure.
All right. So, the next topic we got, Herschel Walker. Hey, guys. I think at this point, Herschel Walker might have shot Tupac.
You know what? And Martin Luther King.
So, Herschel Walker's son comes out, and he has a lot to say about his dad. He said his dad's a liar, said his dad's a womanizer, told everybody that he paid for a procedure for one of his women. Like, his son just kind of went off on him and said, conservatives, this is who y'all are picking as a candidate, and he's lying about everything. You know what I thought about this, too?
What's that?
I was like, there's nobody in my family that I would ever do that to.
Nah.
Even if we're like mad, even the times we gotten mad, I would never like go online and be like, hey, my dad did this, or my mom did this, my brother did this. Like, I would never do that to none of them.
And he seemed so happy about it.
You're right.
He was happy to give out. You know, he was happy to put him down, man. He was like, I'm like, golly, like this guy, like what was his check? You know, like how much did he get paid? It was like they gave him $1 million or something, like to just go bash him. Like, oh yeah, I just hit the lottery, and you suck too. Like, golly.
Yeah, Raphael Warnock gave him $1 million. Raphael ain't pulling no stops, man. He fighting with the gloves off on Herschel.
Yo, I'm telling you.
He ain't giving out that Senate seat.
Nope. He raised money for that one.
Right. It's crazy because, like, all the Republican candidates came to his defense. They was like, we got to forgive people for their past and the things that they done. But, like, at what point do you say, bro, there is a lot of skeletons in this damn closet? Yeah. I can't even watch a YouTube video without seeing some commercial about him. Without some commercial saying, hey, Herschel Walker is a big black son bitch. Like, I can't.
Oh, man. Yeah, pretty much. It's, it's crazy. I feel like it's almost like when you say, at what point do you just, like, stop supporting? I'm not trying to compare him, but nah, he's not big enough to compare him. I was gonna say it's almost like that R. Kelly thing, like we with you, all these allegations are coming, they coming, but at what point do we say, ooh, that's too many?
Right.
Like ooh, that's too many. Him, Bill Cosby, all the different situations. It's like you try to support him, but like maybe they're just after him. Maybe this, maybe that. Like, at what point do we say, okay, yeah, he did that?
It's perfect. That's actually perfect. That's how I felt about Mystical with the third person coming out.
Man, yeah.
I was like, all right, I think he might have did it.
Yeah. I mean, you can't.
I'm a very strong believer. When there's smoke, there is fire there.
Gotta come from somewhere, right?
Right. And they're like, hey, why does it smell like smoke back here? Like, I don't know. I don't smell smoke. Like, bro, I smell smoke.
Yeah, pretty much. There's plenty of it.
Yeah, so that was kind of wild. Sucks. Obviously, him and his son don't have a good relationship if he did that. I think his son said he went to, like, one public thing that they had together, and then he didn't ever go back.
Oh, wow.
He said he didn't feel like buying for him.
I hope they can figure that out, man. Like, a lot of these things I really wish wouldn't be in the public eye. It's like, controversy sells, right? So that's why people want to put everybody on blast in front of everybody and this and that. But really, why can't we just? Why can't they just have a private conversation? Why everybody got to know everything? Some stuff be better left in the house.
Right. I bet Herschel Walker wishes that he would have went out there and threw a football with his son at least once.
Yeah, he messed up on that one.
All right. So the Uvalde School District suspends some of its police force. Told some of them, hey, y'all didn't act very bravely, so you got to get up out of here. UPS is hiring. Don't be mad.
Yeah. I mean, how do you? What's your take on this?
Well, yeah. So when this all happened a few months ago, we saw the videos. Them standing outside and stopping people from going in, and the he ran a rampage for at least like an hour or an hour and a half, maybe
something like that.
So, some of them, they just didn't act correctly during that situation. There were way more lives lost than probably needed to be if they would have just kind of gone in and strategized correctly.
Yeah, I mean,
they weren't good at thinking on their toes at that point.
When you vow to protect and serve, it's almost like, if an officer, their job is to protect and serve, right? But what are the repercussions are there any formal repercussions if they don't? You see what I'm saying? So it's like what's this, what happens? Like, I'm wondering, like, what's the protocol for these kind of situations? Like, because I feel like this should have been, of course you got to go through the full investigation and da. But we all saw what happened. It was no mystery from the first week when all the coverage hit. Everybody know what happened. So I feel like, no, they didn't act. They could have did a lot better job. And things just was like negligent. It was just so much negligence that, of course, you got to get rid of them. But what else? Because you can't bring them children back.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it needs to be a what else.
Like suing the police department?
Oh, you got to sue the police department. Maybe even like put them on some kind of probation or where they can't go nowhere else and become a cop or something. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think they'll be able to, because they'll see that. That's definitely like a red mark on their history.
They shouldn't ever be able to.
Like, imagine being like a police chief and Uvalde, nope.
Yeah, it's and then now at the same time you gotta think about it too, like you're never gonna get respected, and Uvalde police are never gonna be trusted or felt like if something happened again that somebody else gonna do something about it. You might as well better off having a militia.
All right, protecting yourself, policing yourself.
Yep,
it is coming. So this week in sports was kind of wild, man. Draymond Green laid the beats on Jordan Poole.
Come on.
Said, I'll do it
again. Man, listen. I'm going to tell you, I'm disappointed on many levels. Disappointed because Draymond's supposed to be big bro, man. And I get it. Sometimes big bro gotta get you right. Gotta pull your coat. But there's a way to do it. I mean, he a grown man, too. Jordan Poole a grown man, too. And to do that, one, in front of your team, to do it at all is wrong. To do it, not control yourself is wrong. To do it in front of the team is wrong. But then somebody, I'm sure he didn't think nobody was in there recording this, because I'm sure he wouldn't have did it. He probably would have waited to the locker room. That blew it up. And then on top of that, excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. See, even this is making me, I'm allergic to nonsense. And then on top of that, I feel like it cursed their season. I wasn't gonna come out and say it yet, but I wanted the Warriors to repeat, and so I feel like it cursed their season, and not because any superstition. Well, yeah, I guess so. Like anytime when Draymond has had controversy with KD, they were supposed to win a championship that season. What happened? They get to the finals. KD gets hurt. All these injuries start happening, and I feel like stuff like that, like just that energy, curses the season. And I hope I'm wrong. It's on camera. I hope I'm wrong. I want the Warriors to win again this year. But I feel like Draymond might have just cost them the championship this year. Mark my words.
Oh, man. Yeah, so, that was crazy to see. Jordan Poole definitely got to get his lick back. But we gotta run that back.
He got to run it back, bro. He got to run it back. There's no way he can. I mean, I'm seeing all these parody videos of people acting like they Draymond Green and Jordan Poole. Oh my God! Like I'm laughing because it's funny when they do it, but I feel bad for him. And this is like I said, like basketball wise, and just as people, you got to think about this, right? Is Jordan Poole, let's say, is a crucial playoff game or a game in the season, whatever, and in critical plays when they need him, that's just gonna play back. It's gonna play back in his mind. He gonna think about, you know what I'm saying, throughout the year. Like he might not admit it, but that's traumatizing when the whole world see you get dropped like that. Like like he gonna be thinking about that in the back of his mind. Do I really want to die for this loose ball to help us win? Nope. Nope, not today.
Yeah. But either that or he has to be like the superstar this season. Like you gotta like be the guy.
Yep, and that's the problem. How he gonna do that when that means he gonna be on the floor a lot with Draymond?
We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll definitely see.
They say he apologized. They say Draymond apologized, but if it's not public, it don't count because you get him public now. So
we still got to run it back.
Still got to run it back. But
I accept your apology, but we running it back.
For real.
All right, and also another superstar, Steph Curry, in negotiations for $1 billion contract, shoe deal, sneaker deal.
Yeah, he's in a $1 billion contract. They're talking about working out. I don't know if it's official yet, but I'm sure they say they were near, finalizing it for $1 billion lifetime contract with Under Armour. So big ups to you, Chef. I know LeBron had something like that going on with Nike. Of course, you deserve it. Really, it's like, okay, so if you get that deal, if it's you, and you get that deal, you get $1 billion. Does that give you motivation to want to do more things?
Nope. Nope. I want you to know, bro, if I hit 100 million, I'm not doing anything I was previously doing the day before. And you'll know, because people they'll want me to show up somewhere or be somewhere. But yeah, he must have hit 100 million. He's not showing up.
Yeah, because it's either two ways it's going to go. There's either two ways this can go for anybody. Either you're going to get the money, and it's going to motivate you to like, oh, I got $1 billion. All right, let's see how we can turn this into 5. Let's see how we can turn this into 10. You know, how we going to flip this more and more and more and more. Or you like, man, $1 billion is a lot of money, and I ain't never doing nothing else I don't want to do it ever again. And I'm going to live every day like it's exactly how I want to, and live life, man. I mean, once you get there, you got to have a lot of it's self-motivation after that.
Right. It's just for me, I'm the type of person where enough is enough. Like because these people that take these deals, they got to deal with a lot of people, bro.
Yeah.
And I can deal with people too, but like at a point, enough is enough.
Yeah.
And if I have the money to where I don't have to deal with these people ever again for the rest of my life, and I can put myself in a little bubble where I'm just around the people who I really love and care for every day, all the time, I'm going that route.
True.
My kids will be fine. I'll show them how to make money and generate it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I mean, I feel like I'm caught in between. Like I'm one of those people that I can do that for a little bit, but then it's like I get that itch. Like, if I got this, let me see how many people I can help get maybe not $1 billion, but get to like how many millionaires I could help make or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
that's the thing. Yeah. Actually, that's the perfect thing. It's perfect you said that. It'd be easier to just like sign people to do what I was doing, and then just let it generate that way. Exactly. Like if I have 100 million, it would be very easy to find someone and be like, I'll give you 1 million to do this, and then generate from there. Find another one, give them 1 million, generate from there.
Yep. So, but yeah, I mean, the first month, first 3 months, first 6 months, we MIA somewhere. MIA somewhere. Man, what happened to Slyce?
I already know. Trust me, I get it.
They gone.
Going all the places where there's no wars going on.
Absolutely.
Well, that wraps up the topics, but I do have something else that I just wanted to add randomly. So I got a question. Did you like video games when you were growing up, when you were young?
Yes, I like them a lot. I have a low attention span for them now, but I used to love playing them.
Yeah, so Nintendo was my favorite growing up, right? And I just seen a trailer. There is a Super Mario movie coming out.
Oh, wow.
Next April.
Oh, wow.
Right.
I didn't know that.
So this is where things like kind of hurt, right? Because I can't go to the theaters. I can't be in there by myself watching a Mario movie. So I got to watch that online. But I look at some of the things that go on today, and like I feel like they play to the millennials' inner child when they sell things now.
What you mean?
Because like younger kids, they don't really know about Mario. They didn't grow up on it. I mean, they probably play like Luigi's Mansion and stuff like that, but there's not no big Super Mario games.
Oh, yeah.
So now I'm thinking like they pretty much do this so that millennials will go watch these movies, just like how they have the adult Happy Meal, right? So it's like stuff like that I was thinking about.
Yeah, no, that's pretty interesting. I mean, you think that's gonna be a trend? They're gonna start making movies based off video games and stuff like that?
I think they will if this works out.
Yeah.
If they see it work, which I think it will.
It's gonna be interesting.
Because you always see like these Disney movies come out like Little Mermaid, and like a lot of people who are grown are watching it. A lot of people with kids are watching it.
That's true. Okay, well, I feel like I'm waiting on the Grand Theft Auto one.
I think we have that in real life, bro.
That's everywhere. It's good on YouTube. It's good on anything.
Right. All right, guys. So if y'all made it this far in the video, we want to thank you. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Tell us what you like down in the comments and what you think.
Yes, sir. I am Slyce.
I'm Canary Balance. Peace.
Boo.